Welcome back to the Titanium Hanger. This is Mike coming at you with the JoyToy TMNT Leatherhead for the 1/18th scale. And yeah, it's big. Big for the 1/18th scale, which I guess he's supposed to be. But this might be the coolest one that they've made so far. I'm not a huge fan of the character so much, and I'm turtled out, so I'm not getting everything that they're making, but I am picking and choosing at this point. I think I got all the main casts that I need, and now picking and choosing really cool stuff like this. But I did get this at... This one was Show Z Store. Sometimes I got to check and see exactly which one of them I got it on. But I'll have a link down below where you can get yours. Let's take a look at this Leatherhead coming up. And here's the package. It's got plastic wrap all around it and stuff, but he fills that box up for sure. Kind of a cool looking dude. Here's the back of it. And you can see some different poses, stuff that he's got going on with that. Some writing and stuff that... Yeah, there we go. Nickelodeon's all over this. So you're going to notice right out of the box, he's got a ton of stuff. Just a ton of stuff. It is insane. He's got lobster. He's got... So what has he got here? More open holding hand. Smaller holding hand for both sides. This is a trigger if you want him to be a lefty. That's a new thing. Everyone can be a lefty now. And whether the character was or not, which makes no sense to me. Either the character is or is not. I would have rather, instead of getting this lobster, would have rather these that are kind of like permanently molded in be removable. That would have made more sense to me. I mean, it's the same amount of molding. Why not make it removable? But anyway, so you get this lobster. Kind of fun. I'm sure he can hold it, so let's remove that. He comes with just a lot of accessories. So I guess they're trying to give you your money's worth. There it is. Backpack straps are sliding down. But yeah, that's kind of cool. Then he's got this fishing pole, which looks like a pretty convincing fishing pole. Where it's not really how the world works, guys. But anyway, he can have himself a lobster at the end of his fishing pole. It didn't work, but you know, stuff like that. It's a pretty interesting fishing pole too. This is rubbery, and it does have a little bit of give to it. Of course, he's got the two stands. Let's get that out of the way. Typical, same old stands. I thought this was interesting though. On this backpack strap, it's just like a back strap. It's not really a backpack, but so you can put his gun in there, which I kind of think he would reach back to grab it. Like, hey, I'm gonna grab this gun like this. So that's why I have it like that. And then boom. But then you can tab it closed, but it holds in there without tabbing it closed. It does come pre-closed tab on it, but then he's got this, and you can maneuver him around to do some pose where he's holding it like this. I could see this guy singing a song, Shotgun Goes Booyah, don't you think? He's got this massive missile launcher, and the missile comes out. It's actually separate in the box. Dude is just loaded to the gills with stuff. And of course he holds it like you saw before, and he has a trigger finger, and it lines up perfectly with the trigger. Sometimes the trigger fingers, the hands don't actually perfectly fold over the trigger, which it's kind of a whole waste of time to make a trigger hand when it doesn't work properly. But yeah, that's the accessories for the most part. Lots and lots of them, but let's strip some of these off so we can see the well, mostly bare figure. Combination of just looking at the dude and articulation. He's got an opening mouth, which doesn't really open that. That's why it doesn't open that much, because of the peg. Still opens though. Once it pops off, it's probably not going to hold back on as well as it did. Oh, there it goes. Nice. But because of the neck, it only opens about that much. Then you've got, what, 2 points of articulation right there, because the head will move around, and that. So you've got all that. Nice vest, separate straps, kind of like in the real world, right? It's not all molded in. Your clothes isn't really molded in, like in some of these figures. You've got shoulder up to almost the 90, 360 on the bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, but it gets in the way. The hand did pop off because it's got this wrist thing here, but it's ball jointed. What do we have here? Torso. Did I knock this off? See? Now you can carry and hold it. I don't think I was supposed to knock that off. I think this is glued, and that wasn't intended to happen. Oh well. Anyway, torso, the typical with the torso there, and then the leg. Let's go this side, about that far. So not a huge amount with the leg. Double jointed knee. Ooh, gets in its own way. The foot does whatever. He's got some boots on. Yeah, some good looking boots. Then he's got this tail, which it came separate. It's got a metal pin too. I don't know why. And then the tail has some articulation to it. It's not a ridiculous amount of articulation. It's kind of like a wire inside of there. But it's a nice tail. It feels pretty good. It kind of helps him stand too a little bit. If you need that. If you need to help him stand, you're going to get that. And I'm probably going to need to glue this guy back on, but you know what? I probably won't. I don't think they should have glued them on in the first place. But I don't want to lose them either. So there's that. For comparison time, you guys probably didn't believe me when I said how big he was. You probably didn't believe me when you said how big, well, when I said how big he was, but you saw my hands on him. But this is 1/18 scale, right? 3.75 inch. Joe in Star Wars, you know, where it was in the heyday, back in the day. And this dude is massive. I do admit JoyToy runs a little bit bigger, and they have the stand to give a little bit more height to. But, I mean, look at Casey Jones and Leonardo. Leonardo's my favorite out of all of these, of course. But, I mean, just look at that. That's insane. How big that dude is. For the scale. I mean, this almost feels like he's in scale with, like, NECA and them. But I know NECA and them, those are just huge. This is where we're going to start adding some characters so you can see the size. And, okay, so this guy here is a little taller. So I'm not really, shouldn't be too surprised because of the spikes. But I did give him that. Eye to eye, they're about the same. Toka Razor, whichever one that is that Toka Razor? Still a cool figure that they made. Let's start bringing in some more of these characters so we can see where we're at. And let's get all this in the shot. Hopefully I get the best angle for the best clickbaiting that I can do. But that's the size that it is, and it's big. Dude's big. I guess it works. It just seems like these mutants are so huge. Krang should have been bigger, but it is what it is. What it is. But I gotta admit, it almost feels like you're getting your money's worth out of this guy. All right, next comparison here. These are the Playmates ones. Well, okay, this is Super 7. This is the Playmates. The reason I want to show these, well, first of all, NECA, I've got them. It's just hard to get to the NECA ones. I should have them out, but I've just been displaying the Super 7 because I got the set for cheap and I like to freshen things up. But these are the ones that were, I don't know what they call them, classic or something like that, back a few years back, that Playmates made. And they're like $10 at Ross if you see them. So I was like, I can go ahead and put a set of those together for $10 each. Not a big deal. So that was newly added to the collection also. But you can see size-wise, the turtles shouldn't tower over him like this. So he truly wouldn't scale with him. But at the end of the day, you put him on like a crate or something, he'll fit right in. In my opinion. But a lot of people will disagree with me. So what do I think about this guy? I think he looks pretty good. They did a good job with him. I like the accessories. They're very interesting. Very, very interesting accessories with this dude. I like how everything works. Pretty much everything I need from him will fit fit on him. I don't like that you get a bunch of accessories and you can't put all of them or most of them on the figure. Like, obviously, you're not going to be able to put the extra hands on them. Obviously, you got to figure out some way to store the lobster or have them hold it or something like that. And then this was glued on. I knew that was an accident waiting to happen. Just during articulation, it popped off. But will I glue it back on? I guess. I mean, I guess. It is what it is. But I got this Leatherhead figure at Shozy store proper. I did not get it from Gundam at this time because they just let it offer through Shozy. I just don't really know why one's offered at one and one's offered at the other. But I have a link down below where you can get yours. TH, support the reviewer, help the channel out. Let me know what you guys think about this and what other characters out there that I haven't reviewed yet are you picking up? Are you turtled out? Like, subscribe. Titanium Hanger out. He's not a turtle, he's an alligator. It's a crocodile.